Hey, it's Margzetta Frazier. I'm a professional gymnast, and I'm gonna take you through everything I do in a day. To be an athlete means to have an unordinary amount of discipline and sheer will and determination. When you're putting in thousands of hours into something, that truly is what makes you you. I wouldn't have it any other way. My alarm wakes me up at 6:30.
I think I need to hit snooze one more time. See you in like 10 minutes.
I try not to look at my phone. When I look at my phone and I don't have any notifications, I get sad that no one likes me, so that I flip it over really fast. As soon as I get out of bed, I walk over to my spiritual center. I have like my crystals and my list of affirmations and things that I say to myself every morning. Things like, I am beautiful, I am valuable, I love myself, I'm proud of myself. I grew up with horrible acne and it would always relocate, and I never understood why. It would start on my forehead and then it would go away, and then it would go to my chin, and then it would go away. I realized that less is definitely more. I will use a benzoyl peroxide face wash morning and night.
On the days where I need a little more exfoliation, I will do either this one or this one.
I'll do a nice light moisturizer that already has SPF in it, and then I'll make a cup of tea or maybe a smoothie. I'll cut up the bananas in a Ziploc bag and I'll freeze them. Put that in a blender with some coconut milk and some honey and some peanut butter.
Coconut milk. Oh, but the power went out yesterday. It's fine.
It just tastes good, and it makes me excited to wake up in the morning. So I'll get to physical therapy around 7 to 7:10. I'm working on everything because this is almost my near 20th year of gymnastics, and that's a really long time to be pounding on your body. So I have to take really good care of myself, and physical therapy has been helping me a lot. I'll start with maybe some lymphatic massages on my legs because I find when I am stressed, I carry that in my legs to where I remember crying because I couldn't walk up the steps of my house when I was younger. I try to relieve that with Tracy, who's our trainer, and she'll work on us. I'll do a lot of cupping, especially on my back, because my back gets really tight. I have really strong shoulders because the uneven bars is my forte. So the cupping, along with sitting in a cold tub and alternating between cold and hot, toe raises, and just things to stabilize my hips and my knees and my ankles, because those are my problem areas right now.
So right now it's 7:40. I'm walking to the gym. We start practice at 7:45.
I'm a former U.S. national team member. I'm a World Cup medalist. I won the uneven bars and I got a silver medal in the all-around. And I'm now a gymnast at UCLA. When I was training for elite gymnastics, I trained, I want to say 7 hours a day, 6 days a week. And now that I'm in college, the rules are a little different because there are rules. So now I only train about 3.5 hours a day, maybe 4 days a week. Stretching is very important to any athlete. I would say gymnastics especially, because being flexible is part of what gets you high points. If you try to do a split in the air and you are not over 180, you get a deduction. I love to roll out the bottoms of my feet with a golf ball. I really try to keep my calves pliable, and I do stretch them all the time. Even in the shower, I stretch them. I'm always stretching them. When I'm in the grocery line, I'm stretching them. Practice usually lasts until 10:30.
I can't film too much of practice because it's very serious.
After we warm up and we stretch, we will do pre-strength press handstands, which is where we will start in a sitting position with our hands on the ground in a straddle, press all the way up to a handstand, and we will do like 10 of those. We'll do leg lifts where we're hanging on the bar and we will lift our toes to our hands. We'll do a lot of band work. Glute activation is really important for landings, really activating your muscles so that you can absorb the floor on impact safely. I do all 4 events, so I try to work not as fast as I can, but as efficient as I can. I try not to do floor and vault in the same day, but if I do floor, I'll try to do as many passes as I need, and I will not take slop as a turn. Every turn needs to be good so that I don't have to do extra, because my body cannot afford to. My favorite event when I'm competing is the uneven bars, and everyone is always so shocked by that because I guess I'm most known for my floor exercise. But I just love bars. I don't know why. I guess I just love the mechanics of it and the swing and how something so abnormal feels so normal to me. I just understand it the most. I would say for me to feel confident enough to know that I am going to hit a bar routine every time, it's gonna take probably a few months. When it comes to specific skills and perfecting those skills, it can take years. I have skills that I've been trying to do for 5 years and I finally have mastered it. It's definitely worthwhile, but it's frustrating, especially when you bring in the mental aspect if the skill is scary, or if you're afraid you're gonna hurt yourself, or if you hurt yourself on it previously. Getting the courage to get up and do it again takes a really long time. I would consider gymnastics the hardest sport in the world. Yes, because of all of the training, but I don't think people put into consideration how young we are. I started when I was 3, especially when you're doing ballet bar in front of a mirror all day and you're comparing yourself to your teammates and you did something that you thought was good and then you're getting told by coaches or by fans on the internet that it wasn't good or that you didn't deserve to make a certain spot. To get more personal, because it's not a secret anymore and it's not something I'm ashamed of, I have struggled with bulimia in the past, and especially with gymnastics, you're wearing skin-tight clothes, and I don't know, it really took a dig on me growing up. But I've realized that this body is capable of extraordinary things, and if it wasn't for this body, I would not be one of the best gymnasts in the world. That self-love, it had to come from a really deep place, and I am so thankful for my body and I love it. And as far as the bulimia, I've been open and honest with my family. I've been going to therapy, seeing dietitians. I am healthy, I'm on a good track, and for anyone going through it, you're not alone and you can do it, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. So as far as self-esteem, it took me a really long time to develop that. And that's another big thing. I keep using terms like I applaud myself and I'm proud of myself because it took me a really long time to admit those things. Instead of looking for validation in another person to tell me they're proud of me, I will always from now on be the first person to say that I deserved it and that I'm special and that I'm proud of myself. As soon as I finish practice, I'll grab a protein shake and I will take a nice hot shower, put my hair mask in. This leotard I'm wearing now is very special. It is part of our Black Excellence competition, which supports equality within all races and racial acceptance. We're not just watching athletes do gymnastics, you're learning about past Black Bruins who have, scored the first 10 ever or who have gotten the first scholarship ever. So a lot of history and a very important cause. Competition day, we gotta saddle up, we gotta get the troops ready because we're beating the face. I would say that the makeup is definitely more intense for competition because just like theater, just like ballet, you want to stand out to the audience even if the camera is not on you. And I love to do dark colors on my lips because I just feel like when you smile, the audience can see it better. I found YouTube drag queens such as Will and Belly, just really watching how they do their makeup to look more artistic, like they really made makeup art. It's always been a really big part of me. It's another way for me to express myself, and that definitely makes me feel like I am confident and ready to take on anything. I'm a huge believer in when you look good, you feel good. I prefer not to get my calluses removed because they help stay on the beam so that your feet are rougher than the beam material and you can really feel what you're doing. On bars, when I'm swinging, it helps my hands not burst into flames when I'm on there going around and around for 30 seconds. But I do love a good manicure and pedicure. It's part of that look good, feel good process. I do get acrylic or gel nails, but not too long, but it's definitely doable. Gymnastics is definitely a full body workout. It's a full everything workout. You're working your mind, you're working your muscles, you're working your toes. For example, balance beam. Because you are standing on something that is probably the width of your iPhone, you have to use your feet as hands, and that means you have to use your toes as fingers. And I am grabbing onto the beam with my toes. And I'm not even thinking about it, it just naturally happens. And then you have to have such core engagement with what is going on here, which is why we do all of the weighted work and staying stabilized. Because if you have a loose core, it doesn't matter how straight you are, you're gonna fall off the beam. If you bring your arms forward, both arms have to go forward, both arms have to go back. I know some girls who like to land things like this. Most of the time, that's a mistake. And because they're so good at using their core to fix it, you don't know that they messed up. And then I don't think people understand how hard it is to do a dismount when you're already tired. So having that core work and having that mental stamina, you have to be so mentally and physically engaged everywhere. Typically, I'll have 2 classes a day, and some are in person, some are online. I would say my longest class is about a minute, I fucking wish. I would say my longest class is probably an hour and 50 minutes, which isn't that bad if you have like a snack, you know. I love to take an Epsom salt bath because I don't know what it does, and I'm not gonna pretend that I know what it does, but I know that I do feel so much better when I step out as far as my hips and my joints, my back. Dinner. The possibilities of dinner are endless. I do enjoy cooking. I love pizza. I have pizza. Okay, here's the thing, and don't get mad, but the pizza here, I haven't been able to find a pizza place that resonates with me. So I just end up going to Trader Joe's and getting an oven pizza because, you know, I expect it to taste like oven pizza. Incorporating my personal style into my gymnastics has definitely been very rewarding for me. As far as the dance moves I do, to doing an elbow drop onto the mat after I stick a routine. Who knows why I came up with that, but I did it because I wanted to. And I'm not hurting anybody, I'm just making the environment fun. My relationship with gymnastics has definitely changed a lot. I love that I'm reinventing the sport for myself to make it more enjoyable. It's important for me to push those boundaries within gymnastics because I just want it to be a safe and healthy place. My little sister is on the national team. She's my favorite gymnast, so incredibly talented. The fact that she is now able to be a goofball at national team camp and have floor music that she loves because it's her favorite song at the moment as a result of people like me, that means the world to me. And who knows what the sport will look like in 10 years. I know it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be like Disney on ice. It's just gonna be entertaining and fun for the audience to watch and so much more creative and artistic as the sport evolves. And I'm excited to have a hand in that, and I'm not gonna stop having a hand in it anytime soon. I would say that gymnastics has really been a catalyst for my self-growth journey, and it's really helped me look deep within myself and find my strengths and weaknesses. I have really turned into what I've needed the most when I was younger, and I would say that that is a huge accomplishment for me. Thank you so much, Self Magazine, for coming with me today, but it's time to go to bed.